guys, this video is on affordable, I mean drugstore price makeup that you could buy online. You could also buy it in store, but you may not want to don that mask and go into the store to buy the makeup. I'm Cynthia. I do videos on makeup, on skincare, and on curly hair. If it's your first time here, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell to be notified when I post new videos. First, let me tell you something about myself. I have aging skin, not just mature, but aging skin. I'm 65. My skin is dry to very dry. It's very sensitive. Also can be peeling due to the tretinoin that I use at night. And I still get breakouts, especially when I'm stressed. That's because life isn't fair, is it? So let's get started. I'm going to start with foundation, and one of the foundations I found recently is the Maybelline Dream Radiant Liquid. It's formulated with hyaluronic acid, collagen, and it moisturizes skin and gives a natural look, and there are 20 shades. It has a pretty thick consistency, but when you apply it on the skin, it really blends in very nicely and very naturally. And I want to emphasize radiant. When you have dry skin and mature skin, a radiant finish is really the way to go, because a matte finish is going to make your skin look even drier. A radiant finish is going to make your skin look a lot more dewy and youthful. How do you find a color match when you're looking online? You can look at the swatches and try to do your best to figure it out. You probably know if your skin is light, fair, medium, tan, and so on. Do you know if your skin is warm, cool, or neutral? My skin is probably neutral. I have elements of both cool and warm in my skin. It's going to be trial and error. In all cases that I'm recommending buying the products from, there is a return policy. So if you get it wrong, you can return it. Another option is that you can buy the e.l.f. Mix and Match Foundation Adjuster Drops. Right now, as far as I can tell, you can only buy them on the e.l.f. website, and they are out of the darker shades. So if you need to darken up a lighter foundation, you're going to be hard pressed to find them right now, but they should be back in stock pretty soon. The next category is under eye concealer. And I think under eye concealer is particularly important for the mature woman, because even though we do have lines under our eyes, we also have a lot of darkness. Even if I'm not wearing any foundation that day, I tend to use some under eye concealer just to brighten up my under eyes. One is the Revlon Photoready Candid Concealer. The color is 015 Light. It's got an interesting doe foot. It's kind of wider at one side. Now, I have concealer under my eye right now, but I'm going to add some just so you can see what it might look like, because there's still a little darkness under my eye right now, and yeah, what's wrong with putting a little bit more on? The best way to use this concealer is to turn it on its side so you can get small dots. And I only put it in the very corner of my eye, and I blend it out with my finger. I'm only going to do it on one eye because I'm going to show you another concealer with the other. And actually that lightened up quite a bit. So it lightens, brightens, it doesn't crease, and it blends out very nicely. Other YouTubers like Stephanie Marie and Lisa J have put it on their top 10 lists. You don't have to spread it everywhere. That's going to increase your chance of creasing. But if you just put it in the darker areas, I'm going to show you later, if you add a little bit of setting powder, it will last all day. Another under eye concealer that I've been using lately and really liking is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Concealer. This one has a much narrower doe foot. It's thinner consistency than the other one. I'm going to read you something about it. It comes in 16 shades. It's formulated with a hydrating serum, glycerin, and it minimizes the appearance of imperfection, dark circles. It brightens mature skin for a radiant complexion. I've been using this one a lot, and I'm going to compare that with the Revlon Photo Finish. You can see there's a huge difference. This one is much closer to skin tone. Put the L'Oreal on the other eye and let's compare. Also has a nice brightening effect. I'm going to put a little bit more on. Also does not crease. What do you think? Do you think one looks better than the other? One has a more natural look, one has a more brightening effect. Can you see a difference? I like them both and I use them both. I kind of switch off. Now for the face concealer. What I've been using for the longest time is this Eve Pearl Dual Salmon Concealer in Fair Light. So it's got two colors. You can tell one color is well worn, the other color not so much. And it's the darker color that I use for my face, mostly for age spots. Try to get you in there. This is my most stubborn age spot, and I've got a lot of redness under my nose. And I have a nice little friend on my face that I'm trying to cover up, and I have some acne scarring. Yeah, I've got the combination of everything. I can't use my under eye concealer because it's too light, but this color seems to match my face the best. And really, when you're going for a face concealer, that's really the trick, to find a concealer that best matches your skin tone. And for me, this has worked the best. The fact that this has been my holy grail is kind of a blessing and a curse. When I first bought it, it cost quite a lot of money, but I found it on eBay and I found it for $10. So basically it is drugstore price. It just is extremely creamy, but you do have to follow it up with a face powder. And the powder that I followed up with is this No. 7 Lift and Luminate finishing powder. And even though it says finishing powder, most people use it as a setting powder. You're going to use it right after the concealer phase of your application. And this is a terrific product. This is often considered to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder, which costs, how much? $45. This is in the shade Light, so it's pretty much transparent. You can get it in a darker shade too. I'm going to use a very small brush, and I'm going to dust all those areas under my eye, on the area of my face that I've concealed, under my nose, my little friend area, and that will set all of the concealer and the foundation, which is already on my face, for the rest of the day. This is really an excellent, finely milled powder. I have no need to run out and buy a very expensive powder. It's not going to make you look too cakey. It's not going to make your face look too dry. It's not going to look too mattified. It's just going to make you look finished, which is what you're looking for. Another category of products is bronzer. Why use a bronzer at all? What's the point of it? If I want to warm up my very fair complexion, a bronzer is a really good way to do it. One that I found, which is an amazing price, an amazing find, is this Makeup Geek Bronzer Luster Compact in the color Sunkissed. This is what it looks like. I looked at all kinds of bronzers, and this one came out to be very highly recommended by a couple of YouTubers, and it's an indie brand, which means it's not a big brand. It's cruelty-free. It's very neutral, which means it's not too warm and it's not too cool. It's very natural looking on the face. I'm going to swatch this for you. You can barely see it, but it's enough on your face that it's just going to warm it up and not make you look too orange. Just give you a little bit of warmth. I have it on my face right now, and I'm going to put a little bit more, even though I have blush on. I'm going to just gently put it on my cheeks, up near the sides of my eyebrows, on my forehead. You can actually put it on your nose. And it's just going to give you a warmed up complexion, not a contour. That's not the purpose. You can get it in Target for $15, but if you buy it on eBay, it's $10. Now we're getting to my favorite category, which is blush. Without blush and lip color, I look dead. So this is going on my face every day, no matter what. Flower Blush Balm Color Drops. This is a cream product, which is very mature skin friendly. Cream products are very nice for mature women because they don't dry your skin out. It looks like a lit from within type of flush to your skin rather than something that is caked on. Let me show you how this works. That's what it looks like. And it's almost like a bubblegum pink. I'm wearing it right now. I'm going to just try to dot another maybe 1 or 2 dots on my cheek and show you how this works. You could do this with a brush or you could do this with a sponge, but I just do it with my finger. I'm going to just take 2 dots and I'm going to lightly blend it in. You could see it gives you a pretty natural looking blush. And the colors can be less pink than this if this is not your color. This one is called Bitten, a mauvey rose, and that one did not look good. That one was more like clownish, French prostitute in the 30s. That one I would not recommend. But there were some other very neutral colors that I thought maybe look very natural, that I thought would be a very nice, healthy glow kind of look. Next, we're going to talk about highlighter. Highlighter is just going to give you that little bit of glow. I'm not going to use highlighter every day, but if I want to look a little bit special, and also maybe it's the only thing you can see when you're wearing a mask is that little bit of highlighter. One of the highlights of highlighters, can you say that, is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. It's recommended by so many people. It might be the #1 highlighter at the drugstore. And the reason that so many people love it is because it's subtle. It's not one of those, you can see this highlighter from outer space highlighters. It's just very smooth, non-glittery, just gives you that slight amount of glow. I have a little bit of it on. I think you might be able to see a little bit of glow, but I'm going to add a little bit more so you could check it out. I'm going to just add it on one side because I have another highlighter to show you. I'm going to use it on a small brush. I'm just going to pop it right above my cheek and swirl it around. Gives you that youthful glow without like, I'm wearing a stripe on my face. That's not the look that you're going for. The other one I am going to show you is a cream option. And we talked about how creams are often very flattering for the mature woman and somebody who has dry skin. So this is the Physician Formula Dewy Highlighter in Dew Frost. It has some healthy antioxidants and other properties in it. You could apply it directly to your face if you want, but the way that I use it is I take a sponge, I rub it on the sponge, and I'm going to apply this to the other side of my face. And I just sort of dab it on and then kind of blend it. Again, it's going to just give you a very subtle highlight. And that's all I'm going for. This is a very nice, dewy, fresh highlighter that you can try. So I don't know what happened to me as I got older, but I lost all color in my lips. And without any lip color, I look dead. I just remember one time I was in the hospital, this is years ago, they actually thought I was anemic, and that's just because I had no lipstick on. I really need some kind of lip color every day. I'm going out or I'm not going out. I see people on YouTube before they put lip color on and they have color in their lips and I have none. What's up with that? I don't get it. But anyway, I have some options to show you and they're all super affordable. So I'm going to start with lip pencils. Again, I'm going to refer back to masks because lip pencils are good under the mask because they're less likely to rub off. All of the lip pencils I'm going to show you are from NYX. The first one I'm going to show you is a retractable pencil, which means you just swivel it up and you swivel it down. I like this pencil a lot. This one is in nude pink. It's very creamy. And the nice thing is that you don't have to sharpen it. That looks a little bit dark, but it combines nicely with the color lipsticks that I have. And for me, it's a very good neutral. Now, I also have non-retractable pencils because the nice thing about non-retractable pencils is that you do sharpen them and you can get a sharper point. I've got two. This is a very nude one. This is in the color Nude Suede Shoes. And you can use this with a lot more nude lipsticks. This one is in the color High Standard. But the nice thing about lip pencils, if you do your entire lip with it, I found it really stays on. So if you want to go out, put a mask on, it tends not to come off as easily. It really stays on. I'm going to just try this over my lipstick. It gives you a nice clear line, which is good because, quite frankly, I'm getting lip lines. By the way, I've been rubbing, trying to get the lip liners off, and they're not coming off. It just tells you how long lasting these lip pencils are. Next, I want to show you something that I absolutely, completely, 100% fell in love with. And I have some very expensive lipsticks in my collection, but I find myself using these every day since I have purchased them. And they are the Maybelline Superstay ink crayons. And I have them in two colors. One is Stay Exceptional, and the other one is Lead the Way. I love these. They are creamy. There is a sharpener so you can make a tighter point. I love to combine the two. That's probably my favorite. There are, geez, I don't remember how many colors there are. These were the most neutral, but I'll put the number of colors on the screen. These are amazing. They do have a scent. They smell like cake. So if you don't like any kind of fragrance, you may not like it. But after you put them on, the smell only lasts a second or two. But they're very creamy. They're matte. They last. And for me, the colors are perfect. They are pretty transfer proof. They have been just my go-to ever since I purchased them. Now it's my turn to hear from you. What drugstore products have you been loving, or what products at drugstore prices have you discovered? If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love you to subscribe and hit that bell so you can be notified of my next upload. And I would like to thank you so much for taking your time to watch today. And if you'd like to watch more, click that video above. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.